Welcome to the July edition of the AJP-Heart and Circulatory Physiology video table of contents, or From the Editor's Desk. This month we have published 4 review articles and 26 original research articles, including 2 rapid reports. There's some great work in this issue, as hot as this summer is. But we can only sample a few, so here we go. Our lead reviews, Iyer, Jung, and Lindsay, discuss the role of MMP9 signaling in left ventricular remodeling in the post-MI state. They take us through the pathway from inflammation to extracellular matrix production by cardiac fibroblasts. This review provides a great overview of both progress made in understanding these pathways, as well as insights into future directions to help understand the remodeling process. The second review, Wright and Menick, review the role of histone deacetylases acting by non-deacetylase actions. This non-canonical role of class II HDACs is discussed in the context of possible therapeutic interventions for cardiovascular disease. Trace et al. Hypothesized that diet-induced obesity affects nutrient sensing, thus contributing to impaired cardiac autophagy. A metabolic syndrome of sorts was produced in mice fed a high-fat diet. They were then subjected to an ischemia-reperfusion-induced myocardial infarction. These mice showed large infarcts and impaired autophagic flux. After overnight fasting, hearts were subjected to proteomic analysis. Large differences in nutrient and energy sensing pathways were observed. Proteomic analysis of hearts under fed and fasted conditions revealed broad ranges in protein networks involved in oxidative phosphorylation, autophagy, oxidative stress, protein homeostasis, and contractile machinery. Hakimzadeh et al. Examined the transmural distribution of monocyte subsets in response to gradual coronary artery occlusion. This was examined in rabbits where CD14 positive monocytes were divided into subgroups based on the expression of CD62L. The subepicardial layer contained the largest infiltration of both subgroups, with a greater proportion of CD14 plus CD62L monocytes at the time when the ischemic area was at a maximum. Angiogenic areas of the myocardium demonstrated the highest level of infiltration of both subsets. Furthermore, CD14 plus CD62L monocytes showed significantly greater migration towards monocyte chemoattractant protein 1. Selective homing is supported by divergent migratory properties of each respective monocyte subgroup. Finally, Visovati and colleagues examined purinergic dysregulation in pulmonary hypertension. These investigators identified a reduction in the endonucleotidase CD39 responsible for conversion of ATP and ADP to AMP in patients with idiopathic pulmonary hypertension. CD39 knockout mice subjected to hypoxia had elevated ATP to adenosine ratios, higher pulmonary artery pressures, and more right ventricular hypertrophy. These mice also exhibited an increase in lung P2X1 receptors. This study implicates decreased CD39 and changes in purinergic signaling in the pathobiology of pulmonary hypertension. Reconstitution and receptor blocking experiments suggest that phosphohydrolysis of purinergic nucleotide tri- and diphosphatase, or blocking the P2X1 receptor, may be a treatment for pulmonary hypertension. Thank you for watching the July edition of From the Editor's Desk. AJP Heart and Circulatory Physiology is committed to publishing high-quality cardiovascular research that spans the gamut from molecular and genetic regulation to integrative and clinically relevant physiology. If you're planning to present at the upcoming APS Conference on Immunity in the Cardiovascular System, please consider sending your work to AJP, who will publish peer-reviewed papers as the proceedings for this conference. Have a great month, and we'll see you again in August.